steal fun. You gotta hit those shots, buddy.
An ally has perished.
See him right there.
Killing spree.
Outplayed! Hello all you beautiful people out there, what is going on? It's your friend Birdie coming just fast with another Predecessor video, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 things that Omega Studios and Predecessor can do to get to that next level like Paragon was as they move from Season 0 early access to Season 1 full game release. We're going to talk about what needs to be done from my perspective for this game to be as successful as possible moving forward. But before we get into that, there's another top 3 list I want to get through first. And that brings us to today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. All memes aside, I actually played Raid quite a bit, and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, you guys already know how popular Raid is with over 80 million players around the world, but let me give you my top 3 reasons as to why you should play Raid. And number 3 is the characters. Look at all these champions you could select from right here when you're building your roster. There's so much customization, it's awesome. And that brings me to the second reason why you should try Raid out, and that's because of the gameplay, man. Look at this. You could press the auto button, let all your badass characters do the work for you, especially when you're grinding for those difficult resources, and then take control when you're in a difficult boss fight, switch it off auto, and actually cast your abilities yourselves. It's a lot of fun and gives you a lot of things to do in the game. And that brings me to the number 1 thing on this list, and that's all the free stuff you can get playing this game. I mean, you get so much free stuff and you can unlock so much without spending a single dime on this game. Just like this event where new players can enjoy a special Valentine's Day event, and all you need to do is download Raid from the links below, copy your in-game player ID, and then head to raidlovequest.plarium.com to join in on this event running from February 14th to March 14th. And new users from the US can even win prizes such as these Amazon gift cards. If you're an old Raid player, you could use a special promo code STValentine23. But wait, there's more. If you haven't started playing Raid yet, click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen and you'll get unique bonuses worth $35, including free Epic Champion Jotun. So download Raid today and see what all the hype is about. Alright, so these top 3 things that I'll be talking about in this video are either already planned to come or should be coming in the future at a certain point. Doesn't mean that they're going to come right around the corner. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe it'll take 2. But these are just my top 3 kind of wish list almost of what I think Predecessor should do if they want to really get to that AAA game level like Paragon was. Just to make sure that we actually have something to play into the future and to make sure this game sticks around. Because I care a lot about this game. I really do enjoy it. I was having so much fun streaming it the other night playing Shimby here. As you guys can see, man, I just pop off in this game. She's just so much fun. I don't know why she just feels even better in this game than she did in Paragon. I'm not even going to lie. I think it's because of her Q buff. But anyway, let's talk about my top 3. So starting at number 3, this game needs super strong support on full release right out the gate. And that doesn't just include patches or community feedback or transparency, but it also includes marketing. They need to have a really good, strong marketing push, such as getting people on Twitch to stream the game to their tens of thousands of viewers. You know, getting big people like we talked about in the past, Shroud, Myth, etc. People that are interested in the game and that they can actually pay essentially in marketing dollars to stream the game and promote their game. So that's going to be super duper important. Right now in their Season 0, essentially, as they're calling it, in the early access, they're kind of experimenting with patches and how often they should be pushing out patches and which updates, and they're kind of perfecting that recipe right now, which is really important so that when the full launch does come out later this year, as they're planning on doing it, they're prepared and they're ready and they're going to go in, you know, feet first, because the game's going to go full on free to play. You're not going to need to purchase one of these packages to play the game anymore. So when it does go free to play, a lot more people are going to want to try it out. And when they do try it out for that first time, it needs to stick the landing. It really just needs to hit home for them. So I think being able to do that, especially right as it goes into launch, that first month, maybe 2 months, I know it's going to be hell for the developers. I know it's going to be a grind, but they really just have to show the community with that initial support until they can put in the other parameters that keep players coming back for more. So what does that mean? That means maybe a patch every week. Something, a hot fix, bug fixes, whatever. It doesn't have to be a crazy big update patch. It doesn't have to be a crazy new character inserted. It doesn't have to be a character rework every single week. We already know that they want to add a new character every month. That's great. Also, just balancing, being always on the cutting edge of balancing, stuff like that. Just being on top of their game for that first initial period, especially season 1, just to make sure that launch is just super duper strong, as well as some marketing pushes. Now, the second thing I think is super important for the long-term aspect now, that was the short-term initial launch phase of Season 1. And now for the longer term is you need to incentivize the gamer to come back, return to the game, and play it more and more. You have to incentivize them with rewards. I know this because I'm a gamer. As you guys know, we're all gamers. What do we like? We like earning things. We like grinding for things. We like cool skins and unlocking cosmetics. And we like showing off to our friends with all the cool things that we've done in the game. And what does that mean? That means cool emblems. That means cool skins. That means maybe little badges or something. Just so everybody can kind of have a chance to show how cool they are. You don't have to be a super crazy competitive ranked god to show off how good you are at the game, although it does help. And, for some that is going to be the biggest reward, but you got to remember there are also a lot of players who just play the game casually after work, and they should have some cool stuff to grind for too. A great example is Paragon's old Mastery skin system, where you could just grind and level that up and unlock the Mastery skin. You had the option later down the road to just buy the skin, just pay through that progress, but for those who like to grind for things, you could have gotten it for absolutely free as well. And they could do a similar thing, not just with like a Master skin thing, but just skins in general. Once in a while, you're earning the in-game currency, which they're going to come out with. Most likely they're going to have an in-game currency as well as their premium currency, which is the only thing they have right now that you have to buy for real money. But once the in-game currency comes out and you can earn it, you should be able to have access to certain skins with that in-game currency to be able to grind it out and get your favorite skins, along with emblems and customization and things that are really going to stand out to gamers that are going to make them want to come back. Maybe even some exclusive skins that you can only get by grinding the game. Exclusive skins that you can't even buy. Maybe something like that would be really, really cool to have. And I'm sure they have a lot of other ideas in mind. But that's the gist of it. Incentivize the gamer to come back and have a lot of great rewards in a whole lot of different ways. And that brings me to my first number 1 point, which I think is super important. I've been preaching this for so long. I mean, if you guys have been around, you know exactly what I'm about to say. And that's you need a strong, a good ranked mode. And you need competitive support. I mean, when it comes to MOBAs, you just can't do it any other way. You need to have that avenue for the players who are going to be at the tippity top of the mountain to be able to compete at the tippity top of the mountain and to show your support for that, because that is what's going to bring in views from Twitch, from YouTube, where you see the best of the best showing off their clips and videos, and people are going to be like, wow, we want to be like them. Let's keep playing the game and trying to do that. How else do you do that? Not just with a ranked mode in game, that's fine and dandy, but you need to give substantial rewards. Maybe have ranked mode exclusive rewards. Again, going back to the whole showing off to your friends things. We love that kind of stuff. So obviously that's going to be huge, but also competitive support. And initially, this is only going to be with the community. The community is going to set up tournaments. I mean, it's already happening right now in Season 0, and it's only going to get bigger in Season 1 if all things go right. But setting up tournaments for people to join in, trying to get real cash prizes, that kind of stuff is going to be absolutely bonkers when you get enough people in the player base going for it, and you're going to breed really good competitiveness. You're going to breed a really larger player base, because people when there's money involved, they're going to be interested, right? And they want to play the game, and they're going to be playing the game a lot so they can get good and all this stuff. So everybody wins. You're always going to find lobbies. You're not going to have dead games. And the people who are really try-harding, sweat banning, and everything else you want to talk about, they're going to have a reason to really grind the game and play and have fun. And they already confirmed that they're coming out with the ranked mode and with a theater mode, so you'll be able to have broadcasts and tournaments and systems like that in place. For people who might want to get involved in esports, but maybe not be one of the players, You could be involved in production at a certain point if this game gets to that point. I mean, I'm talking about whole esports 9 yards type of thing for anybody who follows esports in any other game. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and I think that would be huge. That'd be huge, especially when it comes to not only promoting the game, but also bringing in sponsors, also bringing in help to fund the game, investors to fund the game, and it just goes on and on from there. And that's kind of how you build that recipe from short-term to mid-term to long-term, in my opinion, in these top 3 steps. And I really think that's what's going to push this game to that next level if they're able to time all of these things correctly, if they're able to execute, and if they're able to stick the landing when they do it. So let me know if you guys agree with my top 3 points here. I know this is kind of like super meta and a little down the line here. It's not really talking about the game too much. It's more talking about what needs to happen to the game. But I hope you guys can appreciate that, or at the very least you enjoyed this wonderful Shimby gameplay. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting that like, subscribe button, little notification bell so you guys don't miss another video. And as always, make sure to have a wonderful day. Peace.